Salutations, Utopians. Hope all is well. Wanted to talk a little bit about this NBA All Star weekend that happened recently. Um, the general consensus is people were dissatisfied with the product. Um, this is definitely an era in basketball that's totally different from the David Stern era. Adam Silver has done a lot of good and has done his part in trying to be progressively thinking in terms of moving the brand forward. However, where there's glaring issues, it's blindingly obvious. And I'll say this: I love the Steph uh, Sabrina shootout. I appreciated that. However, the dunk contest could be done away with. I think we've seen every dunk there needs to be. And to a bigger problem, the NBA All Star game. Um, there was some almost 400 points scored, I think over 400 points scored in the All Star game, give or take. And people were not happy. I think the NBA has gone overboard with the scoring. Anthony Edwards was in the news basically, and I'm paraphrasing, saying that either the game needs to be incentivized, but everyone looks at the All Star game as a vacation and not to be taken serious. Uh, I don't know if these guys really understand business, all of them. Not everyone is of the LeBron James level. However, commentary like that shows um, why people have agents and agents for agents. Um, NBA University made a great proposal on Twitter X stating that maybe it should shift to international versus USA basketball for the All Star game rather than the East West format. I like that ideology. Um, some might say it makes them a little uncomfortable, but I think it's a great idea and a great concept because every 4 years we hear about how the international game is moving in. And like I alluded to many times, the CBA is going to force teams to now resort to their stash picks, which historically has been second round picks, as actual assets now for the development of rosters, especially teams that are in playoff contention, championship contention. Um, so we could finally table the discussion once and for all and have this Clash of the Titans showdown once a year. Furthermore, a lot of these guys like Jokic and Luca have a tendency to sidestep Team USA when it's just them in their country. So now, if you just put the international game in one pot, I think that would be able to give the soft tease the people would like to see. Um, the NBA Emirates Cup, now called AKA the in-season tournament, ended with the winning team getting 500,000 as a prize award. And now it seems, based on the comments of Anthony Edwards unpacking it, a lot of people, including Brian Windhorst, have suggested that perhaps they monetize the All Star game by maybe giving $1 million to the MVP. All that is understandable. However, that is something that should be negotiated through the CBA agreement. What shouldn't be happening is players coming together and deciding to water the brand down in attempts to do a silent strike in order to get commission for the All Star game. Because I don't think players understand the in season tournament was to make the regular season, more interesting because people say, hey, the NBA season's too long, it's too boring, it doesn't get interesting until after the All Star break. What's the incentive of watching? Not to mention, it's so difficult to watch games courtesy of all the streaming platforms, which now we're starting to see a consolidation on. Fox Sports, ESPN, and I'm forgetting a third one, are collaborating with Bally Sports to share licensing rights in order to get the games more in front of people. You also see the Phoenix Suns ownership group sending out free antennas to Phoenix Suns enthusiast fans slash fans in the local area of Arizona in order to watch the games for free and making the game public because it is so many loopholes to try to get to the games. NBA kind of lost sight of the taking the immediate bag up front and not realizing that you are separating your fan base a little bit too extreme. Um, but the players are losing sight of the fact that these games are how you get paid. These games are what creates new fans and brings brand awareness, because this is the one site, melting pot, where you can see all the stars in one area. And so when you do something like just allowing each other to score and making a free for all exhibition, like Kobe said, UCLA practices without cameras are more intense than all-star games. That's not acceptable. The NBA really has a big problem on their hands, and I don't think the players understand the magnitude and why they need to get together and have a serious discussion. The in-season tournament, the all-star game, all these different formats are to bring more money to the game so that they can continue to get these supermax. All right, utopians, that was just a quick think piece. I hope you make the most of the week. I'll try to do better next time. Global out.